Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Life podcast. Man, today I'm just going to talk briefly about something I'm sure plenty of us have had this idea, just being ready to throw in the towel. Just being ready to just say, forget it. Shut it down. Don't do anything else. I give up. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And so I'm just going to talk briefly about something that recently happened that, it could shake anybody. So my one of my best friends, he loses his son, and he loses his son to it's just terrible, right? And, anytime you lose anybody, you lose a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a cousin, an aunt, an uncle. But when you lose a child, a son, a daughter, that becomes throw in the towel worthy. Like I remember the look on my dad's face when my 47-year-old brother, died. He's 47, right? And I remember the look on his face, and he's born in 1941. So people from that era, they're not so especially men, like they were told don't cry. And so I've never seen my dad cry. And me and my other brother Reggie, we both could sense that he wanted to cry. And because he wanted to, he got out of there. He got out of the room and he left. And I never saw that again. But I've been seeing some of it. But at that moment, I know he was like if he was a cussing man, he would have been cussing. If he was, he's a praying man. Even though we prayed that day, there was a lot of prayer. And I was just talking about this with my brother. There was prayer. And the prayer was so powerful over my brother that day that we thought, yes, we missed something. We missed the even if. Even if you don't come back, even if it's not possible, it's okay. We didn't say that. Because I don't care. Anybody that's looking at death, you're not thinking even if. Let's just be real. We're not thinking even if. And so we weren't thinking that. But I just remember that moment of where you cannot go back to whatever you wish you could go back to. It's over. It's done. Everything is said. Everything is done. All the experiences I had, everything's finished when a loved one passes on. Excuse me. And so just in this moment, like I was ready to throw in the towel. Like I'm sure many of us have been ready to throw it in. So my friend who loses his son on Friday, and we got a chance to spend time with him. My brother Mike White and his wife Tia and their daughter KG. Got a chance to spend time with them. It's me, Reggie, Ash, and Waydell, and we're up there and we're hanging. But here's the thing, man. I know what Mike is thinking. Man, I'm just throwing the towel in, man. Forget this. I can't believe my son is gone. If you lost your daughter, if you lost your son today, come on. Like some of you may have. And it's one of those moments when you have to choose, man, I'm ready to throw it in. Had an opportunity to speak to Mike for a few minutes, alone, and we were talking. And, one of the things that, you discover when you get fully powered by what I believe is the most powerful kingdom ever. When you get fully powered by this kingdom, you start to see things different. It's not a religious seeing. I just want you to know, this is not from a place of thus is thou and thou is thus. It's from a place of, I just know something here. I just know something. And so him and his wife, they decided in the moment of pain, they decided that it was bigger than them. And they decided that, you know what? We will remember him, and this is what we will do. And when he told me, that's a gift. See, sometimes when the moment that we're ready to throw in the towel, that's when God's handed us a slip of paper. He's saying, hey, here, take this. Like, what is this? It's a gift. What you mean this is a gift? Just took my son. You just took my daughter. It's a gift, man. And then you look at it, and it's the same thing you was thinking anyway. It's like, oh, it's a gift? I never thought of it like that. I never thought that death could be a gift. And God's looking at you, son, daughter, you just don't know. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. You're just so new at this. Oh, you just don't know what I went through. You just don't know what I did. My son's right here. He's like, my son's with me. I gave him up, but I gave him as a gift to you. And when Mike was telling me what they decided to do, they got a foundation. They're going after research. They're going after some things that would help a larger body of people. And I says, that's why he was born. This is why your son. Now I didn't tell him this. I didn't say that's why his son was born, but I'm seeing this now. But I did tell him, this is a gift. God's giving you a gift. We don't see it that way, but that's how God sees it. God said, hey man, this is for your good here. This is going to help you because this ain't just about your family. Uh-oh. See, God don't give us stuff just for us. Guys, when God gives us something, he expects us to expand it. So if we're supposed to expand it, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue. If we're supposed to do that, then even in death, he's like, multiply, replenish, subdue, even in death. So seeing death on one side, it's like, yeah, so when I was ready to throw in the towel and Big Bro died at 47, it wasn't until I got the slip. God hands me the slip. He's looking at me. He says, son, I got something for you here. What is this? It's a gift. What kind of gift is this? Your brother's death is a gift to you. You don't understand the gift now, but you will understand it as you accept the gift. And when I accepted Big Bro's death as a gift, my life changed. And when I shared with my brother Mike yesterday that I said, Mike, this is a gift. McLeod's life is a gift to you, and his death is a gift to you. And I could see some of the still trying to grapple around this. So this is interesting. But I believe over time, he'll come and he'll say, wow, I'm so thankful for the other lives that were saved as a result of my son's life that was lost. So we don't ever have to throw in the towel, guys. We don't ever have to say, forget it. There's nothing left. There's always something left. There's always a little bit of something that can be extracted from what it is that from the hand that we've been dealt. I'm talking about, no, have you ever played spades or played poker or anything, and you could just have a bad hand? People who played poker, they have a bad hand and they win. Why? Because they look at their hand and they say, you know what? The other person might think that this isn't the best hand. I'm going to say this is the best hand. And instead of believing it a little bit, they believe it so much that everybody on the table believes that they have the best hand. And when the hands come out, they say, wow, I would have never known that you had the worst hand, but yet you won. But yet you took the spoils. you pulled all the chips off the table. So there's always an opportunity, even when we're ready to throw in the towel. We can say, you know what? As bad as it might look, there's nothing wrong with this hand. Everything wrong with it is everything right with it. Don't throw in the towel, guys, no matter what. I appreciate you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant, helping you to account for your life. God bless. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the Healthy Accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time,